Hello and welcome to Softcore History. My name is Jake Goldman. I'll be your host for this week. I'm joined as always by my two very special co-hosts, Dan Regester, Rob Fox.
Happy New Year, guys.
Is it New Year now?
It is.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad I knew that.
We're in the time vacuum of pre-recorded episodes, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
What day is it? What year is it?
Yeah, this episode is ever like I don't know where I am. I
We've
don't know where I am.
recorded
It doesn't matter what year it is.
8 episodes in the last 3 days or so.
Yeah, something just ridiculous like that because we don't want to work over the holidays.
If you are
Well,
listening...
I can't.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be in Portugal. So.
Portugal. Lisbon.
So
Gonna go catch a big wave, 100-foot wave, man.
No, it's gonna be like 60 degrees. I'm not going in the water.
60 degrees Celsius.
No.
I think he'd die.
With that attitude.
I don't know how it translates because I know 0
Well, it's Portuguese.
is freezing in
Yes.
Celsius, so that's 32.
Yeah,
But then, like, I don't know, 30.
60 is like 1,000 degrees.
yeah,
though.
60 is a lot.
Like, it's
60 would be like maybe 200 degrees because 100 is the temperature water boils at.
100
yeah, but you would
Celsius, yeah.
like because one is like algorithmic. Right?
It just
Or
slows
logarithmic,
down though, right? So like 0 is freezing, 30 is like 75, 80, and then
60 is a million because it's like the Richter scale, right? Or like the
I'm pretty sure
Fukushima scale.
I'm pretty sure 60 Celsius is gonna be like
It's-
200 degrees.
it's not.
No, 100 is boiling. 100 degrees Celsius is
So
boiling.
that's 212.
It's 212, right? So
Okay.
half of that would be like
140.
100. Yeah, it's Death Valley.
So that's Saudi Arabia on its worst fucking day.
Bit of a sauna situation. Not too bad.
Be a hell of a Christmas. 60 degrees Celsius.
Like a Christmas on the outback.
Oi. Because it's not really Christmas there. It's summer there.
Yeah, it's summer in Australia. I mean, it is fucking Christmas. They don't celebrate it on
They should move it.
to June 25th.
They should
in the
move
middle
it
of
to
their
June
winter.
25th. They absolutely should. Why
Yeah,
are you
why
doing
not?
Christmas
They're
on?
an island of prisoners. They should worship Satan anyway.
I agree.
The Australians talk
What? They sound
slow.
great. They talk great.
You're shitting on them for talking slow? There was like
You
a
just-
5-second
Yeah, what
pause
was
between
that?
words.
I talk
It's as if I
slow.
did it intentionally.
Oh, yeah. That's how Australians sound. I talk slow.
No, they say it themselves. They talk pretty lazily.
I have
They have
had
a drunk accent.
I have had multiple Anglos tell me that they hate listening. Maybe it's mostly English, Irish, Scottish, but they hate listening to Americans talk
Because we talk slow.
because we talk slow.
We do talk slow. I talk way slower.
Than a fucking Brit or not.
Yeah.
It was an Irish guy telling me that. He's like, I can't fucking listen to my girlfriend's dad because he'll just be on the phone and he'll be like, yeah, and the store was crowded today,
That's
but
a
we'll
good one.
we'll
Rob.
be home.
For everyone at home, that's Rob doing an Irishman doing a English or an American.
An American,
person.
yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. Great work. I loved it.
Yeah, Rob does voices.
He is the voice guy. If you
Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome to
the show.
Softcore
Hey,
Voices.
if you like softcore history and you want to learn more about it and get more into the weeds with it, we got a Patreon you should check out. It's patreon.com/softcore history. We do 2 extra episodes of content a week on top of this normal free episode. So think about it this way. For $5 a month, you get 8 additional episodes. We do watch-alongs with historic movies. We do voicemail episodes. We also do an additional episode just like this every week. So we really spread it out. We do a lot of different content. Dan does some
game shows.
Yeah. You also get 20% off the softcorehistory.com store if you are a Patreon member with the code. What?
I'm going to have to cut that
Why?
because it's for the Patreon members.
But they can't. You have to be on the Patreon to get that.
It still works.
Then bleep it out.
Bleep it out, but leave the rest in because that's pretty funny. It's a little fun behind the curtains situation. Anyway,
Yeah, bleep the code out.
anyway,
Great weekend. How about you guys? What are you guys doing?
I don't give a shit. Just talk about your
Get
episode.
to the episode. What are we doing?
Are we for real?
Kinda.
Are we for real right now?
We're 5 minutes in, baby. I want to hear I want to hear some history.
No. Absolutely not. All right. Yeah, fuck it. Today we're talking about an animal. He's big and scary. Dan also did an animal episode.
On
Yeah, I
Patreon
heard.
for
I
Patreon.
heard our cycles are synced up.
Yeah. No, apparently they are, and we're all having PMS right now.
Yeah,
Because you're being mean. He's being mean. You're all being mean.
We've been together way too often the last couple days.
Yeah, have you ever just lived in close quarters with someone? you know,
And their jokes just keep getting funnier.
and you can't,
no,
and you
it's great.
can't just scream at them.
Well, you know what else was a nightmare? Quite like the beginning of this episode.
What?
The Japanese people's lives in 1915, specifically in one town. It's pretty bad.
What wildlife is in Japan that's that terrifying?
Oh, you're not aware? Well, I'll tell you.
I'm not fucking aware. I guess some sort of bear?
Yeah.
They have big bears over there?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Like, it seemed like Japan to me seems like England. Like,
How do they have anything but frogs and raccoons?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
I think Japan, they actually have Pokemon over there.
They've got animals you wouldn't believe.
Like a Weedle would just appear and sting you.
Butterfree, for sure.
Yeah, and that's a poisonous Pokemon.
That is a poison
I'm
Pokemon.
thinking like long, giant insects when I think Japan.
No, it's a temperate climate. I mean, I know they have
It's
those.
hot, actually.
It does get hot.
I know, it gets really hot in the summer.
Well, hot places have weird bugs.
Sometimes.
No, most times.
But it's not the same as like Thailand or Vietnam or something like that.
Why wouldn't it be?
What do you mean, why wouldn't it be? It's further north.
It's further north, but I mean, like, it's still hot.
I know. It just feels like a more temperate climate. But I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I think
Might
you're
be
wrong.
wrong.
Anyway, we're not even talking about temperate. We're
All I
talking
know,
about
the
winter.
only,
Rob sounds confident, so I'm going to trust him.
Yeah, you know what? Rob's right.
and also, I was gonna say the
What
only
else do you know about
animal I have ever heard of from Japan specifically are those cute monkeys that take baths with each other.
Okay, well, according to Rob, there's no bears in Japan, so we might as well call
I didn't
it a
say
day.
there was no bears in Japan. I just said I don't feel like there's a
No,
lot
you
of
said there's no
frightening fauna in Japan.
There are.
Japan has monkeys?
I actually didn't know that.
What?
They're the little monkeys that take baths together.
Hold on. You
Japanese monkeys that take baths together. You might get some very racist porn.
I think what we're learning is I have no idea what wildlife in Japan is like.
Japanese monkeys that take baths together?
Yeah, it's a real thing. They snow monkeys. They
Yes, the Jigo Kudani monkey. Oh no, they're snow monkeys.
yeah,
The macaques.
whatever, and they just take baths together.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, they got bears, guys. So over the course of 6 snowy days between December 9th and 15th in 1915, the small pioneer village of Sankebetsu, Rokusan-sawa, faced a monster that was unrelenting in its terror. This was a terror that they had to deal with earlier in the year, but it returned with plans to fuck these people up. It was a Japanese Ezo brown bear. So the Japanese Ezo brown bear, they can get pretty fucking big.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
They can get...
I mean, if it's a brown bears will fuck you up in general.
Yeah, not to be confused with like a grizzly bear. Like this thing gets as big as Kodiak grizzlies. Like, so it's massive. Like,
Okay.
I think one of the larger ones is 10 feet tall and 1,200 pounds.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they're monster bears. You know, like big motherfuckers, right?
Is it the Usuri brown bear? Is that another way to say it?
Yes, Usuri.
Okay,
Ussuri.
I googled what you said and it switched to Usuri for some reason.
Yeah, there's multiple. There's also Russian brown bear, I believe, is one that comes up as well for it.
Okay.
If you're looking at the disambiguation of this kind of brown bear, there's multiple
Yeah,
names for it.
it's a big-
Well, the
guy.
Russian brown bear is a very talented animal.
Yeah, they actually floated over to Japan on seals.
on a
Well, they
ball.
probably-
One did it on a ball.
Well, the seal was carrying the ball.
No,
and
no,
the bear
no.
was on top of the.
They're riding a motorcycle. They're like Evil Knievel. They hit a ramp, and they just went over the water.
Yeah, it's a really thin canal. It's a really thin canal separating Russia and Japan. But yeah, no, that's one of those areas of interest for me where I'm like, what's going on in that spot where it turns from Russia to Japan? Because there's like an inlet or a isthmus.
It's
Isthmus. Yeah,
You gotta imagine China's doing stuff over there,
you would think.
controlling the seas.
I'm a big go online and look at maps for a few hours kind of guy.
Oh, and I actually love to creep on like the really far eastern like Russian cities and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, what's going on out there?
It's weird, man.
Well, they all have dash cams, so you know what's going on.
yeah.
Well, they do all have dash cams. That's weird. Is that like an insurance thing over there? I bet it is.
There's no way they even have insurance
They probably
companies.
don't, but they probably have like some sort of system for dealing with that because they don't need insurance companies.
I'm pretty sure it's the whole you need video evidence in case somebody comes after you in the government, perhaps.
Maybe that. I bet you like.
Yeah,
Would
can't
you even
hurt.
need insurance if everyone had cams? because you would always be able to prove it. Like, who was at fault? We should just. What if we just surveilled everyone all the time?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's what
Maybe
I feel
call
like.
it
I feel like
something
no
like
one.
the-
I feel like no one should have a dash cam
Maybe we call it something like the Liberty Act.
or the Patriot Act, maybe.
I think Liberty sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time to be free.
Anyway, yeah, this Enzo Brown Bear, he just wanted to make this Japanese town's life the worst it could ever possibly be.
That was his intention. I don't know if he had.
Was his intention just not, I'm hungry?
His intention was more.
It was well thought out. He was planning it for years.
Like, think about it. Imagine if you walked out into your backyard
He had a bulletin board.
and you saw a family of pizzas just running around. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to come out here twice a day,
Yeah.
take a couple slices. Now here's the thing. Spoiler alert. You're a bear and those pizzas are humans and those slices are limbs.
No. See, that's
so
where
when you're taking
wrong.
a personal pan
So
pizza slice,
the-
that's a child.
Are you getting pizza every day though? You gotta watch your figure.
Yeah. Not as a bear. You hibernate that off. You need to
Yeah.
get fat. You don't watch your figure.
You're going to burn it off and sleep.
Yeah. The Enzo Brown Bear is actually predominantly vegetarian. That's why this is so interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's killing for sport.
They will eat meat if they have to.
So it's a
if they feel
herbivore.
like if they feel provoked, they can eat.
Or omnivore, right?
It is an omnivore, but it's primarily vegetarian diet.
Okay.
So like it will if it has to, but more or less it's eating a lot of berries and
He treats himself
nuts
occasionally.
and stuff like that. And it's a fuck ton. Like
How many fucking berries
Dude,
does
you
a fucking bear have to eat?
think about it. Like think about the giant animals,
An
like
entire
deer
bushel,
and
like-
fucking, think about like deer and fucking other animals, herd animals that eat that much, and they only eat berries and shit. Like it makes sense, right? Like there's so many berries out there.
Yeah, but they don't eat, those animals eat like grass and shit, where it's just like everywhere. Berries?
Like berries and nuts and stuff, yeah. And like, I mean, you got to think too, though. Like, there's a lot of berries. There's a lot more berries that are edible to like a bear than us.
Yeah, fair.
Like, think about juniper. Juniper's covered in berries.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're munching on berries that if we ate, we'd die on a bus.
we would just be throwing up. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Just a callback.
yeah, right. Supertramp.
Hell yeah.
Fuck that guy. I hate that guy so much. But yeah, it all originally started before things even really started. Things started in November of 1915 when the bear arrived at the Akita family house. The family horse was loudly spooked by the surprise encounter with the bear, but the bear fled after taking only harvested corn. So he was just looking for some food.
Just wanted some stuff.
Was hungry.
Fair enough.
But yeah, at the time, the town he was in, Sankebetsu, it was newly settled, so encroachment by wild animals was pretty common. No one really noticed it.
They were just like, yeah, another bear or whatever.
Yeah. So
What was the name of the town? What?
the name of the town is Sankebetsu Rokusen Sawa.
Good luck.
Yeah. Do you want me to spell it?
You're going to Google
No.
that bitch?
It's 11 miles from the coast of Japan. It's up north.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not.
I just am curious what even wasn't settled at this point in time. It's 1915 in Japan. That's like being like, yeah, it was a part of Scotland that no one had found yet.
Japan is much bigger than Scotland.
I get it, but it's still
It's
Japan has 100
significantly
million
bigger.
people.
Yeah. Japan is humongous, dude. Japan is like the size of the entire eastern seaboard of the United States.
That's fine, but I'm saying,
Scotland
like,
is not.
I'm
Scotland
not saying,
is tiny.
but Scotland's part of that English Isle, right? So I'm just saying, like, part of this island that people have lived on for
I think-
2,000 years.
I think
4,000, no, like
I
4,000
think the
years.
English the island of Britain is significantly smaller than Japan is.
Still surprising to me
Okay,
that they
fine.
hadn't filled out all the corners yet.
I mean, fair enough. But yeah, I think this place is a little bit more desolate.
All
This
right.
spot in Japan.
Have we even filled out all the corners in this country?
No,
In like North Dakota?
I mean, there's people. I guess there's people in every state, but no, there's not people in every part of the country. No, there's very remote parts of the country.
There's so much of this country that is just barren.
It's
Yeah.
true.
And
My neighborhood's only a year old.
Yeah,
you just drive through it on a highway. We were thinking about putting camps there,
and
right?
you know what? Now that you mention this,
the
you're-
homeless camps?
Where?
Isn't that what Trump said? Just put them out there.
Yeah, why
Put them out
not?
in the desert.
they gotta
build them their own
get them
town.
to want to go. Like you can't force.
No, you can
gotta
Mad Max it.
You gotta remind them though. It's like, hey, you can't force them to be.
There's no resources there.
like, hey man, hope you can make electricity work.
Here's some tents. Figure it out.
They're resourceful people.
They
The
are.
homeless.
But if there's no
I guess.
electricity,
Yeah, you just
their smartphones are going to die.
you just lie to them and tell them that like building a house will get you high, and they'll build an incredible house.
High on life.
Yeah, yeah.
The biggest scam of them all.
You kind of just give them a couple resources, some building supplies, and then meth.
Done.
Yeah. Well, the meth would really help.
I mean, dude, some of those we've looked at them before on other shows. The like literal 2- and 3-story tent encampments.
It's nuts, dude.
The castles that they build.
I saw when I was in Portland, Oregon, I saw something under a bridge with a garage. It had a car in it.
That's incredible.
It was fucking insane.
You give a homeless camp 12 shopping carts, they're building a skyscraper.
Yeah.
So
If not a transformer.
fucking Megazord. Dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing goes and steals some corn. People are like, oh, well, corn disappears sometimes. We have wild animals out here. But a couple days later, on November 20th, 1915, the bear reappeared. Worrying about the safety of the horse, the head of the Akita family called on his second son, Kamitaro, and 2 hunters from his own village and a neighboring village. They prepared for the bear to reappear once more. I love the note that he called on his second son.
You don't send your
You
heir
don't send your first one out there. It's like,
for this.
I didn't realize that second son meant like front lines.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That's what we call a fin job in my family.
Finch. There's a noise. Finn's like 8. You're like, Finn, go downstairs. Check
Yeah.
it
He
out.
does that now.
Yeah.
He just yeets his baby
Go see what's
at the intruder.
He just rolls him out the bedroom door. Oh, man.
I wouldn't put it past Rob.
So,
And then Courtney takes Rory to the closet and feeds him chocolate.
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Brushes his hair.
Yeah,
You're the best son.
Yeah.
You're the oldest boy.
Which is insane.
So, yeah, the bear, they wait around for 10 days for this bear to show back up. They're like, stalwart, we're going to get this fucking bear.
Yeah.
So when the bear reappeared on November 30th, they shot at it but failed to kill it. And this will be a very recurring theme with this bear and people trying to kill it. Because you see, this bear is no dumb bear. It might, in fact, be smarter than the average bear.
Ew.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I don't. Maybe I have read about this before and don't remember it, but I don't remember this ever being a thing with a bear. Like I have read about tigers doing this, like literally holding grudges.
In India, yeah.
Yeah.
And elephants do it, too.
Elephant.
And
Yeah.
just terrorizing towns.
But like I've never heard of a bear do this before.
So the bear...
What's insane, though, is people that actually go bear hunting with bows.
Yeah.
Because
Those people are
what?
nuts. Bows aren't meant like to instant kill anything.
No. And,
So I don't understand how many arrows are you shooting at
That's what I want, a pissed off bear charging at me.
All right, if I hit it just right, it'll expel all the blood from its heart and its anger. Like, that's just not what I'm trying to do.
I wouldn't even go bear hunting with a gun.
No.
What do you do? Like honestly, what's the end game in that too? Like you're getting mauled to death by the bear, and you're just like,
you
at
eat
least my wife and kids will know a real man.
No.
But then like your kids are fatherless, and your wife's getting drilled by a guy named fucking Greg now.
Dude, fuck Greg.
I don't think you're going bear hunting because you love your wife.
You're doing it because you're like a man's bear. But then
Well, you're
you
getting away from your wife.
I think you're getting
Yeah.
So she can have time with Greg.
But then you get too far away from your wife because you get sent to hell because the bear murdered you.
Well, God doesn't like losers.
No,
Yeah, God hates people that lose to animals.
not a single cancer
Do
patient.
you know what
in
the
heaven.
biggest sin is?
What?
Losing to a lower animal.
Yeah.
If you get killed by an animal, you've not fulfilled your duty as top of the food
well,
chain.
what if you lose to an animal that's not even a predator?
Oh, like a fucking spider or something?
Spiders are kind of predators still.
Yeah.
Even like, I would say, a squirrel
Oh, you get taken out by a squirrel?
or like a beaver.
Straight to hell.
What about like a mosquito? A little mosquito gets you.
No, a beaver just like hits your jugular.
Just nicks your femoral artery.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a thing. That happened to somebody.
someone
beaver?
died from a beaver. Yeah,
There's a video of it.
Dude, that guy's in hell.
Yeah. Little mosquito.
Well,
malaria.
I don't count it if it's malaria.
Oh, okay.
Malaria, that's a disease.
West Nile.
Yeah.
But
If you die specifically from the bite, just the bite itself.
you scratch it and
you
it gets
bleed
infected.
out.
Yeah. Like if it's not from like some communicable disease, because that's a different thing. You didn't die from a mosquito. Anyway, when the bear reappeared on November 30th, they shot and failed to kill it. And like I said, this would be a common theme. So the next morning, they followed the bear's footprints, which led down to Mount Onishika. Along the trail, the hunting party discovered bloodstains, but a snowstorm forced them to turn back. The bloodstains led the party to conclude that the bear, now injured, would no longer raid the settlements, which is, as far as I know, and I'm concerned with things like this, if I don't see a body,
Yeah, if there ain't no body,
there ain't no crime.
ain't
You
nobody.
didn't get it.
Yeah, it's a quote from Banner Brothers. I think it's like, if there ain't no body, then there ain't nobody fucking dead.
Oh, nice. I missed that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, for about a week, all was good.
That is such a classic like horror movie trope too. It's like, it must be dead, but we have to turn back. The snowstorm.
It's all horror movie trope.
Yeah.
This entire thing is a horror movie trope. I'm surprised we don't have a movie about it yet.
It's Cocaine Bear.
Essentially,
Is there not one?
Cocaine Bear has kind of. There's a lot of movies about this in Japan.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, there's Japanese movies about this. So we're due.
Yeah, that's all Japan makes is
Horror movies.
bear movies and Godzilla.
Kaiju, is that what they're called? Kaiju.
Have you
What?
seen the new Godzilla yet?
Godzillas?
I don't know.
What are those
What
things
new
called?
Godzilla? The show?
No, there's a new movie that came out.
Oh,
No, by a Japanese guy. It's supposed to be really good.
like a new Godzilla?
It's a new Godzilla.
What are you talking about? I thought you were talking about the HBO show.
No.
Russell Wyatt
No, it's a Japanese movie.
or Kurt Russell, whatever.
That's in the Godzilla verse.
Monarch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I like the old Godzilla movies, though. But yeah, so they were right for about a week, and then they were wrong pretty much from there on out. The bear was really upset.
Bear's furious.
Bear is really mad about being shot. So 9 days later, on December 9th, 1915, at 10:30 a.m., the giant brown bear turned up at the home of the Ota family. Abe Mayu, who was the farmer Ota's wife, and Hasumi Mikio, a baby being cared for by Mayu, were at the house.
Oh no.
Do you think the bear is just sharpening his claws like Arya Stark, just saying names
Yeah.
that he's about to take out?
100%.
It's a long list, and it's a lot of they're long Japanese names. That
Well, it's a Japanese bear. It speaks it.
Oh, that's true. He's getting them off quick. He's rattling it off. No, he's not like me, like Hasumi Mikio.
Right. He knows. He's like, Hatsumi Mikayo.
Yeah.
What if he's a Chinese bear, actually?
Well, funny you say that. He was programmed by the Chinese.
I was going to say,
No.
it was a psyop.
No, the bear never existed.
This is what starts the Sino-Japanese war. The Japanese invade if they find out that the bear was sent by the Chinese.
Or that's instead of soldiers,
guy in
they
a
just
suit.
send in bears.
Yeah.
It was actually just a guy in a suit.
When do we get to the point where we just send in our animals to fight? We already trained dolphins to disarm bombs.
This animal would be a
or
good one, too.
Water mines.
This thing's only natural predator is the Siberian tiger.
Is a Siberian tiger even a natural predator of this bear?
Because they exist in Russia, too.
I know, but I mean,
but
like,
they're not fighting each other.
is the Siberian
They have, there's records of them fighting in the wild.
But is the tiger trying to eat the bear?
is a tiger like there's prey?
It's more competition. It's not.
It's a competition of equals, but the Siberian tiger has the leg up.
That's fine. I just don't think the tiger's like routinely hunting it.
No, they're not like it's more territorial.
Okay.
I mean, I know the tiger's more limber, has a better.
I guess a
maybe
better way to
vert,
put it. A better way to put it would be the only thing that kills these things
Is
are tigers.
But the bears are huge.
The bears are huge,
The tigers are big too.
but it's
You do
just
forget about that.
different
Tigers
fighting
are like
style.
sneakily strong.
They're also
Tigers are the real like king of the jungle.
Oh yeah.
tigers.
Lions, no thanks.
Tigers.
The only thing I feel like that could take a Siberian tiger potentially would be a polar bear, which is the largest land predator on Earth.
So
Why does nobody use polar bears or even tigers for their inspirational quotes? It's always a lion.
there's always a lion.
So
like
dumb.
an eagle, some dumb bird.
Yeah, who would get that tattooed on them?
Because polar bears have somehow been conflated with like sweet
Is
animals.
that really an eagle?
Yeah, I'm getting an eagle tattooed on me.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this?
No. I don't think you told me. Or no, you did tell me eagle. Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, well, by the time this is out, I have an eagle tattoo
He
on
has an
me.
eagle tattoo by the time this is out.
Okay.
It's on his shoulder.
Okay.
And he told me that he had like, can I say this part about the AI?
What about it?
That he had AI do the picture?
Yeah, all my
course he did.
tattoos I make in AI first, and I give it to the
I was
artist.
saying, one, I think that's really cool. Two, I was saying when the robots take over, they're going to recognize their art and be like, he's good.
He's
fair."
marked.
Yeah.
But actually, that's just going to mean like they're going to think it's a brand, and you're
gonna get, like,
they're going to send you
returns to a
to your slave master.
I'm just cattle. Yeah.
yeah. They're just going to be like, "Bleep, bleep, bleep, bleep," and then,
This one goes to Mid-Journey.
send him to the Mid-Journey plantation.
You just make content.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be a cyborg and just work for the computers anyway.
They know what they're doing. I imagine they're going to be way more
Why don't we
efficient.
just get to the point?
Yeah, like cut to the chase.
It's going to happen eventually.
Like, just tell us what to do, computer. That's all
Let
I'm
the
trying to
computers
say.
run everything, and all we do is make wiener jokes on TikTok
Yes.
and then
and try to
cook
find a sense of purpose.
cook each other's food and fuck.
Yeah. Oh, no. Have there been less horrible things or more horrible things?
Yeah.
Europe's way ahead of us.
What, in being useless? Yeah.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
They're killing it.
I don't know if you're aware,
They've
but they're champs.
had a head start since 1946.
I know, but I'm
Ever
saying
since Daddy took over,
we
No, that was a trick they played on us. They were like, "Oh, you want the big job?"
we are tired of doing this.
we've been
running
warned
the world.
for our trip to Portugal. Just be aware that some of these spots and some of these things, like drivers, transportation, everything, they might not be up. Like people just might not show up to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
I
all
love
right, I
that.
guess.
that's fine.
So he's up in the morning, like, I don't feel like working today. I won't go in.
It's an easier life.
I love that life. The life, no.
They make less money than
Yeah,
the
dude,
United
surgeon
States,
doesn't feel like working that fucking day.
but they live a better life, I think.
They do.
Just quality life. They're
quality
fucking
life
getting hammered.
Until they go in for surgery and their surgeon doesn't
But
show up that
here's-
fucking day.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but they're hammered already.
less of
so
them need surgery. Less of them need like
the food's
life
fresher.
prolonging shit.
Yeah, nothing's processed,
Yeah,
especially in like
they're,
Italy.
They're living better. They're dying naturally. Like, say what you want. Like, yeah, they have issues with certain things, but like
They're
I think-
taking naps
I think the
in
quality of life is
the middle of
way
the day.
better. I think the trade-off's better. Personally. Anyway,
They have stuff to look
I
at.
totally need to get back to this bear. Yeah, this bear killed this baby, obviously.
Dude, we have plenty of time. We don't have to.
Yeah. Also,
back
I
to this
want
day.
to get to that part for a second, though. The U.S. life, part of the reason the U.S. life expectancy is a little bit lower is because we're a humongous country
Sure, that's fine. That's not
full
what
of
I'm arguing.
all different types of people.
Are you arguing that about the life expectancy?
No, but also by that logic, more people should live longer
Why?
because we have the numbers.
No, we have more variation. We have more.
Yes, it'll balance it out and we'll go higher.
Well, are we talking mean or median? If it doesn't,
I don't know what
Depends.
life expectancy is measured at.
yeah. Well, it depends, right? Like, what's more important? I'm not a statistician, but I mean, it'd be important to look at both of those numbers, I imagine, if we're talking about differences in scale of country. Like, are we talking about mean anymore? Yeah, like, because then mean would be a terrible way to look at that.
I have no idea. I'm just saying.
I'm not
fuck
taking
Portugal.
it that serious, my
Oh,
guy.
Fuck Portugal.
Oh, no. But also, you're wrong.
Fuck Portugal.
No, I
And their
agree
naps.
with Dan. I agree
And their
with Dan.
naps.
I think naps are great.
Naps are cool.
Actually, you of all people knocking naps, I've seen you nap more than anyone.
That's because I could afford to do so. Then, can't afford to do it now.
That has nothing to do with
Also-
income or where you live.
Also, all of their economies are about to fucking crater because they're not making babies.
Yeah.
Because they're all taking naps
So
instead.
guess who's going to go to Portugal?
Guess who also isn't making babies?
Take
I
money.
know, that's why we have to let in like 20 Mexicans because you won't fuck your wife.
Dude. Hey man. Just make another. Hey, you've made one for Dan, make one for me.
Also,
No,
if,
I've made one for me and for my wife.
No, make one for Dan and make one for me.
if the
And
economy
you
crashes,
take care of it.
then we just go over and we live like kings.
Yeah. That's
fair.
right.
That's fair.
You want to I'm sorry, you don't want a castle?
I mean, we're gonna just have to annex half that fucking continent when there's no one left in it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you want to
dude. Hell
move
yeah.
somewhere more expensive than Austin? No, thank you.
Oh my god, dude! I saw the dumbest shit today on my Instagram. That was like, this couple moved from Texas to France, and it's way more affordable there. And she was like, I couldn't believe it, but I bought a 6-bedroom house in France. And they were like, we moved from Houston, where it was expensive, to a town of 2,500 people in France, where we could buy a huge house. And I was like, bitch, get on Zillow and go to West Texas, and you can find a million houses
I'm
with
sorry.
6 bedrooms for $300,000.
Yeah, but they're all
What are they
condemned.
doing in the 2,500 person town in France where they clearly like don't integrate with that town?
I know.
What are they doing
It's
there?
going to be a living hell. It's 100 miles from the closest city.
It's
Yeah.
so much better than going to West Texas.
Absolutely. But I'm
you
just
kidding
curious.
me?
I doubt these people in unless this guy's working remote. Like, is
The
this guy-
French countryside?
is this guy a Francophile though? How's he gonna live?
All right, it doesn't matter. Go to any state. Go to rural fucking.
I agree with Dan on
West
the,
Texas is awful.
Go to rural Arkansas.
No, I take.
Go to rural.
Even worse.
Go to
the French
rural
countryside
Tennessee.
Over all of the places.
Go
you
to
just
fucking
named.
rural fucking Georgia.
Nothing you're saying right now is appealing.
I
Yeah.
think you underestimate how shitty all these tiny places are in other countries.
I think
as well.
you underestimate how much I've driven through this country, and I've seen all these hellholes.
I've seen it too. I've driven all over this
Wait,
country.
but what makes it what makes the French countryside shitty? Out of curiosity.
There's nothing shittier about it. It's just like you don't think someone's a redneck because they have a French accent, but these people they have redneck brain and redneck soul.
They're not Australian.
Yeah, French.
No, they're worse than that because they lived in the same place for 1,000 years and they have a gene pool that is the size of a fucking puddle.
You hear that? Rob thinks everyone that's suburban French is inbred.
The game is not.
Suburban. It's not suburban. They're 100 miles from Bordeaux.
The game is not
It's not that far.
France
that is
or
far.
Alabama. It's Britain or Alabama.
It's what?
It's England or Alabama. It's not France or Alabama.
I don't know what that means.
If you look at somebody
Yeah.
and without hearing them,
You just see their teeth, basically.
you just see their teeth and you see like their physical appearance.
right.
It's very hard to distinguish an Englishman and a man from an Alabama.
I just think-
I believe that.
I just
It's a
think
very common game that people play.
that you've been sort of, what's a good way to call pink washing the French? You know what I mean? Like you've been served a lot of French propaganda. Go look at like a French
Who
farmer.
has a high opinion of the French?
Yeah, who's sitting here?
Looks
saying-
wise, culture wise, people do. You think they're dicks? You
I
think,
think
they're
they're
dicks?
dirty. Yeah,
And
they are
don't.
dirty
No, you
dicks,
don't think
yeah.
they're dirty. You just think they don't shower because it's a cultural thing. You don't think they're dirty the way like a smelly Turk is dirty.
What the fuck? Why did the Turks catch a stray? Why are you going
This is
after
insane. I'm
my
just like-
my Turk? You're just like eliminating all of the world. You're just Mac
Rob's
and Always
actually-
Sunny, just crossing off every country.
Rob's about to be just sitting in St. Louis at the end of this.
You're gonna be the most
conversation.
hated man in the world.
I don't hate the French.
It sounds like you do.
I'm not saying that they suck. I'm saying that it was an insane comparison to compare buying a house in suburban Houston to buying a house in the middle of nowhere,
No, that's an
France.
insane move. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, why? How did you land on that?
And that the French are no better or worse than Americans.
You also crossed the line of racism. You went to Turkey. You should have stopped at Greece.
yeah, you should.
Greece is the line.
Stinky Greek. Yeah.
Once you go to Turk, though, that's when
Bosphorus
it gets questionable.
Yeah. Well, they crossed it first.
They kind of did. That's on them.
That's our land.
They came to us.
I mean, I guess you can go maybe Cyprus
Yeah.
because
I don't even-
both.
A little bit of everything there. Yeah.
It's Greek and Turks. Maybe Gaza should take like a kind of lesson from Cyprus. The Turks and Greeks don't get along.
I would love you to tell.
They don't like each other, but yeah.
They don't like each other, but Cyprus is fine.
I
There's
feel
never
like they
issues.
just walk around spitting on each other.
probably.
That's it.
fucking flick
As
each
far
other
as it gets,
off
yeah.
and stare mean.
Yeah.
It is. They really do split it. You don't hear a lot about Cyprus.
They just kind of exist,
And people vacation there?
They do.
but they have like this like passive aggressiveness.
It's like a hostile
Yeah.
Saint Martin.
kind of.
Yeah. Anyway,
St. Martin's pretty hostile. The French don't like the Dutch.
the French don't like anybody.
The Dutch side's the better side.
Oh,
anyway.
now the French suck.
Okay. Back to the bear.
The French have always sucked,
Okay,
but the countryside's beautiful.
we're going back to the bear. Bear's happening.
I don't care about this bear anymore.
No, you care. So
It ate a baby, right?
it ate a baby. Yeah, but sorry.
A baby or a horse?
No, it ate a baby.
Baby horse?
It bit a baby on the head and killed it. It bit its head.
It didn't. It just consumed the whole baby.
It didn't consume the whole baby. It bit the baby's head and it killed it.
So it crushed his skull with its fucking jaws.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Once the baby's head popped, he just couldn't stop.
Mayu, the mother, fought back. Actually, yeah. I don't know if this was the mother of the baby. This is just the lady caring for it. She fought back, apparently, by throwing firewood and tried to escape, but she was overtaken, knocked down, and dragged into the imperial forest of Sankebetsu, where no one saw her again.
Yeah, well, she was inside the bear mostly. So.
Yeah. According to contemporary descriptions, the scene resembled a slaughterhouse with blood puddled on the farmhouse door and being dragged out to the woods. So, bear is on a vengeance.
Is that
streak.
sanitary for a slaughterhouse? I feel like they have to meet some regulations.
blood everywhere? They normally have drains on the floor. But 1915, maybe not. So early in the morning, a couple guys left the village on errands. I don't know why that note's there. I must have had something else for there, but
Stop getting high.
sorry. Yeah. Meanwhile, a 30-man search party was organized to capture the brown bear and recover the remains of the lady that was killed and dragged into the forest. Entering the forest no more than 150 meters, the party met the bear almost instantly. He's just hanging out ready for it.
Well, he's well fed at this point.
Yeah, he's
got protein for the first time in his life.
Yes.
Feeling fucking jacked.
He's ready. He knows they're coming. Apparently, only 5 men shot.
He could probably smell them. Like literally.
Actually,
honestly.
yeah, they can smell. I think a bear can smell 3 miles.
Yeah, great sense of smell.
He started setting traps up.
Yeah, he's like laying down the wood.
That would be funny if they see the bear, but before they even see the bear, like a fucking tiger pit opens up.
Yeah,
They fall on the spikes.
Yeah.
was it Punji's? The Punji pit.
Yeah.
Oh, done. Yeah. So 5 men shot at this bear, but only 1 managed to land a hit. This enraged the bear. Obviously, he's now accustomed to being shot at and getting hit and not liking it.
It's like a bad movie, horror movie, even where you're like, I think I hit it. It's like, I think you made it mad.
Yeah, no, that's this bear.
Yeah.
It's after this bear because he retreats into the woods again once more. But he doesn't leave.
Angrier than ever.
Angrier than ever.
So he
the bear.
just goes and stews.
He broods quite a bit.
Yeah.
This bear. So after the bear fled, the hunters scouted the area and discovered the corpse of the lady who was dragged out there. Only her head and her leg were remaining, but the bear had stashed the body in the snow in an attempt to preserve it, as well as hide it from scavengers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was proof that this was the brown bear. They pretty much had proof that the brown
Right.
bear did it. And at this point, they realized that the bear had a taste for human flesh because it was preserving the meat.
He liked what he saw.
Yeah, so
He liked what he tasted.
I mean, it's kind of that classic thing where it's like if you raise something vegetarian, but like a kid, and you're like, hey, check this out, and give it a burger. They're like, what?
Fuck is this?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like you ever just feed a dog kibble and then you give it like real food, and you're like,
Goes fucking insane.
it's like, oh my god. Yeah, that's what happened with this bear basically. So at this point, villagers were getting fed up. They gathered at the Ota family's house with guns. Just everyone showed up with guns, which is the appropriate response for a killer bear.
Were they not shooting with guns already?
They were shooting with
okay.
guns, but like everyone showed up.
Okay.
So villagers, everyone showed up with guns. Everyone has guns. So around 8 p.m. that night, the bear reappears. Like they know it's coming back at this point. Although the villagers had anticipated the bear's return, they were nonetheless fucking terrified when it showed up. It was a big bear.
I would just be like, hey guys, let's like the 20 of us stand here with all of our rifles together.
And just aim at it?
Stand in a fucking line, yeah, and aim at it.
There's like 40 fucking people with guns at this point, and they don't do a good job of it.
Clearly.
Yeah, that's kind of the running theme here. Out of like the 40, 1 man managed to hit the bear. By the time
It's a bear. It's huge.
apparently though, there were 50 more guardsmen posted 300 meters away from where the bear did show up. They just missed it. So they
didn't see it.
They arrived after someone had shot at the bear.
Right.
So, like,
so they
there
didn't get it. They didn't get a chance to shoot the bear.
Yeah, exactly.
How often do you think they like practiced
Shooting?
their targeting?
I gotta imagine a little bit if you're like a settlement town.
You got to be able to shoot
You
if
gotta
you're in the
eat.
middle of nowhere like
Yeah,
that,
you gotta
right?
eat.
You would think,
But
but
you also probably save ammunition too.
yeah, you're not wasting it on bottles.
true.
And
Yeah, you're not.
tin cans.
There's not a lot of practice shots.
There's
you can do.
not a lot of practice shots. But still, like,
You're a gamer. No practice.
Yeah.
just a gunslinger, really. But yeah, by the time the 50 other guardsmen arrived, the bear had vanished into the woods. The Corps reassembled and headed downstream on what was thought to be the bear's trail. When the news of the Ota family attack was first received by the Mayuki family, women and children sought refuge there while the 50 guardsmen that I talked about earlier patrolled outside. The guardsmen were having dinner when the news of the bear's return to the Ota farm reached them, and they marched off to the Ota farm to go get the bear.
So now these people were undefended.
Right. So the 50 guardsmen I said that ran up
Yeah.
after the one guy shot at it, they went and chased after the bear. They were arriving because they had just heard about the bear. So they're like, oh, we know the bear went to the woods. We're going to chase it down. We're going to go get it.
And they leave the women and children
and
undefended.
they left the women and children undefended.
Oh, God damn it. This bear's about to feast. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the bear,
Are bears like dogs though? They'll just eat until they get sick.
Yeah.
I think most animals are like that. I got to imagine.
Snakes aren't.
Snakes eat like one thing.
Yeah, they'll go on hunger strikes too if you piss them off.
Really? Just won't
Like
eat.
if you own a pet snake, they'll
It
go on a
won't
hunger
eat if it's
strike.
angry.
If you just piss them off,
How do you piss off a snake?
being a dick, I guess. I don't know.
Should we, like hit it?
I think it gets depressed.
Do you need to like play with it?
Especially if you're keeping it in a little tank.
Yeah.
It's for sure depressed.
I imagine every snake is depressed then. That's ever been a pet.
You got to take it out a lot, but then you also can't take it out too often.
Why?
Because then it'll get depressed.
Because it's like, oh.
Snakes are moody.
Yeah, little bitches.
I imagine, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think they should be pets at all. I think a snake is a weird pet.
Yeah, it is a weird pet.
Would you rather have a snake or a bird?
Bird.
I think a bird. I hate birds.
Bird.
I think a bird guy's weirder.
I'm not saying what's
Snake guy, snake girl, also weird.
Bird. I agree. Bird person is weirder.
Bird's loud.
Bird is. Have you ever met anyone with like a parrot?
And I mean, they clip the wings so they can't fly.
That's terrifying. No, dude, my uncle had a parrot, like one that talked or whatever. They kept it in the computer room so it could do the AOL login noise, like perfectly.
So, like, I don't even know what it is.
You know, like
Good Lord.
the dial-up sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it could do it perfect.
Yeah.
The awful animal,
That sounds fun.
I
I want a parrot. I want a parrot.
dude. They just scream. Like, have you ever been in a room with someone with a pet parrot? Like, have you ever been in a room with a pet parrot?
No,
They
much to my
suck,
regret.
bro. They suck, dude.
No, I have too much respect for myself to associate with somebody like that.
I would like to own 5 parrots, one for each weekday.
What does that mean? Why? What
On
do
the
you mean,
weekend,
what-
because on the weekend I'll need a break from them.
Why not just the same parrot every day for 5 days?
It gets old.
Yeah, I want 5.
Why stop there?
I don't understand. Are they in different rooms?
Do my dreams need to make sense to
A
you?
little bit. Why do you need 5 parrots when one will do trick?
Because I want 5.
Where do they go on the weekends?
They stay where they are. I just don't go to them.
Why do you need 5?
Because I want one for each different day. I want a blue one. I want a red one. I want a yellow one. I want a green one.
Just like,
And then I want a white
Yeah,
one.
it's a Dr. Seuss
I see
book.
what, dude. What the fuck? I see where Rory gets it. I want 5.
Give me. No.
Anyway, let's get to these. Dude, I don't need you doing that.
I have to fix it. It's bothering me.
He's really driving today.
He likes audio.
He does. Anyway, so yeah, they left all the women and children unguarded. It's really bad.
Well, they were going to go get the bear, so what they need to be there for?
Well, you think you leave a few?
It doesn't sound like 3 guys, 10 guys are going to do anything against this bear. 'Cause
No, it
none of
really
them can
doesn't.
hit shit.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. Maybe this bear's really smart and has out fucking finessed you the entire time so far.
Yeah.
Maybe like leave.
I don't think that they realize they've been outsmarted this whole time so far. I think they're just like, this bear's weird.
They're not onto it.
Yeah, they're not cued in.
Yeah. Because, well, now that they're all the 15 men. Go.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
Perhaps Satan just put himself into this bear.
Like Chucky?
Well, it's a godless island. Satan fits right in there.
It'd be an Oni.
Pretty sure Japan has religion.
They do.
Not the right one.
They don't have Catholicism.
I think Martin
there?
Scorsese made a movie.
Isn't that what Silence is about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese made a movie about it.
Yeah.
Wait, Japan's not mostly Catholic or Christian?
No. I think it's like Shinto.
No, and for a long time they persecuted the shit out of Catholics and Christians.
Yeah, it didn't go over well. There's a. You remember Silence?
I don't even know what Shinto is.
Shintoism is their religion.
It's Shintoism.
No idea what that means.
So I think it's a.
So yeah, 70% Shinto. I think it's like a Buddhist
Well,
thing.
I think it's almost like a.
Only 1.5% are Christian.
Is it
Oh.
an empire religion? Like, is it an emperor's religion? Like, is Shintoism like tied to the?
So the
former
missionaries
government?
never made it to Japan? They kind
They
of
were-
stopped at the Philippines?
They were there. They just weren't having fun.
Yeah,
They were
that's
having
fair.
a good ass.
Yeah,
time.
no, it's an indigenous religion to Japan.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a whole there's a whole indigenous culture as well that's really fascinating about Japan too.
I think there's a lot of people who double dip because it said that Japan was 70% Shinto and 67% Buddhist.
yeah, there's clearly like some sort of. I
So-
think you can be both.
You can, because I think
Yeah.
Shintoism
It's like the
You can
religion of the land. Almost.
What?
It's
Yeah,
almost like,
yeah, and you can kind of fold in Buddhism to that essentially.
Makes sense.
I think Shintoism is pretty adaptive.
I like that. I'm into adaptive religions.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. What's better? It's like, yeah, that works.
Then why are you talking shit on Catholics all the time?
What are you talking about? I'm
He
never
was
talking-
literally defending Christmas last week.
Yeah.
Oh, in our text, he was talking shit on us.
I said you Borged everything. That's the most adaptive thing you can do.
It's rude.
Is it rude?
They joined willingly.
Because you tricked them
They consensually joined.
with their trees. You made all their festivals your festivals. You Borged to them.
The Christmas tree was not pagan. I recently learned.
Okay. Where'd you learn that? The fucking Stormfront?
No, it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, I was reading some historian.
This is
He was
fake.
talking about like what is Yule, pagan Yule, and what isn't, and like the garlands and wreaths are. But the Christmas tree tradition came from Germany in the 1500s.
Whatever, dude. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't care.
I don't give a shit if you don't believe me. You can look it up.
Maybe. So,
So, a lot of the greenery is Yule, but pagan Yule, but
with a tree
the
specifically.
Christmas tree specifically is
You know
not.
what? I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that too. I'm taking it. It's my thing. I invented it.
You invented
I
it.
invented it,
All
bro.
right.
Bro, shut up.
And the original, people don't know this, but the original mistletoe was actually hammered into Jesus' belly button by the Romans.
They kissed under it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really
Kissed his
homoerotic.
wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
And you take a bite out of the sponge.
All right, I'm going to talk about this bear eating this family just for you.
Yeah, let's get in the slaughter here.
Yeah. So the bear, who has now fled not down the street, but back up to the house that was just left undefended, was kicking it and ready to murder some people.
Yeah.
So a woman named Yayo, who was Miyuki Yasuturo's wife, she was preparing a late meal while carrying her fourth son, Umakichi, on her back. She heard a rumbling noise outside, but before she could investigate, in fucking horror movie fashion, the bear broke through a window and entered the house.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
This bear doesn't have time.
No, now, you were talking about horror movie tropes earlier.
Yeah.
It gets way tropier from here. When this happened, the cooking pot on the hearth overturned, dousing the flames that were in the house, and in the ensuing panic, the oil lamp was also extinguished, making the house pitch black.
Jesus.
Yeah. We know of this because people survived this attack, but this is exactly how it went down.
Perfect.
Yayo tried to flee the house, but her second son, Yujiro, R.I.P. second sons, he clung to her legs, tripping her as she ran. Sometimes it'd be your own kids.
It does. It really does.
The bear attacked her and bit Umakichi, the fourth son, on her back. One guy had remained at the house, apparently, as a bodyguard. His name was Odo. When he ran for the door to go and see what was going on, the bear released the mother and child to pursue him. The mother...
Well,
then-
that's good.
Yeah, the bear was like, oh, bigger game.
I was about to say, you don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your kids.
No, the guard's trying to protect. Yeah.
Like, you can make more kids.
Yeah.
That's what they did. They'd have like 9 of them.
Yeah.
10.
Because you never know when a bear would show up.
And at a certain point, you don't love all those kids. After 3,
I think in this time of world history, like from this time and all history prior, it was a numbers game. Children.
it was to work the land.
People didn't have kids because they wanted kids.
No, they wanted
work.
workers.
Yeah, they needed help. Like you make help.
You're like, oh, good. In 5 years, they'll be very useful.
Yeah.
For the first 5 years, he's going to annoy the Christ out of me.
Actually, yeah, I guess they must have wanted them.
Yeah. No. A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Yeah. It's like
I wouldn't take it out. I wouldn't, like, they love their kids, I'm sure.
everyone loves their kids. Yeah, but
It's more of a pull your share type situation.
But there was more utility to it back then than now, certainly.
absolutely.
Now it's all fluff and
there was
nonsense.
no child labor
utility.
laws.
There's no
Yeah.
utility.
Yeah.
There really isn't. Like unless you have a farm, you make your kid work on the
And
farm.
you think about it too. You have like 10 kids. That's 10 different incomes for the house.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, just never let them leave.
So here's the thing, though.
That's what the Italians do.
We all live on farms now. Content farms. And that's why you have 10 kids.
To make
Those are 10 little content creators.
Little aggregators.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no. Just make them the content. They all can.
They
create.
start out as the content, then they learn to make their own content. Bing, bang, boom.
I hate where this is going. We're going back to this, the AI farm.
Yeah.
The Mid-Journey farm.
That's where we're all going.
Yeah.
That's the eventual destination. Stop fighting it.
Okay.
This isn't even
Can I
a
just
joke.
move to the woods?
You can. You're gonna probably die from getting eaten by a bear, but
I will probably die getting
You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, so
yeah. What kind of survival skills do you have?
not a lot.
I mean,
You wouldn't do well.
He camps more than the two of us, but other than
I'm
that,
going camping in like a week.
ugh.
It's the time to do it.
It really is.
Last time I went camping was in the middle of August. Not
Probably hot
not
as shit.
ideal.
It's probably hot as shit.
Good Lord.
Honestly, like it was 65 and sunny today. Like
Yeah.
if it
It's a
stays
nice
like
day.
that for another week, I'm golden, bro.
I lost 10 pounds that day.
Did you really?
Just sleeping in the tent. I sweat so much.
I mean, it'd be like think
Salt
about,
water weight.
like imagine living in a fucking trash bag.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're
That's
doing.
a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Anyway, when this guy ran for the door, the bear released the mom and kid. Yayo, the mom, then escaped with her children. Odo attempted to hide behind furniture, but was clawed in the back. You know, like an idiot.
Got that spine.
Yeah, got that whole spinal column. The bear, not wasting much time, found the third son, who did not manage to get out of the house with mom, and the fourth son, killing them.
The fourth one that was on her back.
Oh, shit, there's two families here. This is why this episode's hard, because it's Japanese families, and their names look very similar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fourth son, so there's the Miyuki family and the Saito family that are in this house.
You're just discovering there's two families.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
You wrote this fucking episode.
I know, dude. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard. The damage is really bad for this.
So
So
we gotta take that vape pen away from you.
I'm sorry. I'm really blowing it, huh?
I think you're just like perpetually high.
I've been stoned for a little bit today.
Like for weeks. I don't think you've stopped.
I have stopped.
I think
I have to go to sleep.
when you are asleep too, you're just kind of like muscle memory.
You think I'm like the guy on the air? Do you see this guy on the airplane that, like, he was nodding off in his sleep and like lit a cigarette, like
Yeah.
while on the plane? Have you seen this?
That's fucking great.
No, dude. He's like falling asleep and he's just this dude who looks like, if you were to peg this guy as anybody, he just got off a shift as like a lineman.
Yeah.
Right. Like, just rugged ass.
I think
motherfucker.
you at home have like a sleep apnea machine, but it's a bong.
It's just a fucking
Just like
bong
once an
gas
hour,
mouth.
just like
It's just there's like a bunch of powdered weed in a vaporizer, and just like once an hour, every hour, it just spits.
I
the
wouldn't put
vapor
it
at me.
past you and Katie.
That has nothing to do with Katie. That's a me problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
so he eats two kids from the other family
Eats two kids
after
from the
clawing
other
out the
family.
guy's fucking spine.
Yeah. So the second son of the Miyoki family and the fourth son of the Saito family get killed, and then the third son of the Saito family also gets bit. Next to be targeted was Taki, the Saito family's, the pregnant wife of the Saito family. She too was attacked and killed and eaten.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so this thing has gotten 6 people in this house.
7.
7. Well,
If you count her fucking fetus.
The fetus, yes. 7 people, right. The guardsman who...
Some people wouldn't. Some people wouldn't. I do.
yeah.
Email me.
The guardsmen who tracked the bear down river realized that they were not, in fact, on its trail. And then they had that moment of, oh my God.
If the bear's not here,
Where is it?
where is he? Yeah.
No, and they had that moment. So they turn around, book it back, and as they hurried back to the settlement, a seriously injured Yayo, the mom who actually made it out, she met them and related news of the attack at the Miyuki family.
Did she relate news, or was she like, "You dumb motherfuckers"?
Historically speaking, she relayed news. That's how you. It's like, what the fuck are you doing down there? The bear's up here.
Seems like they're making all the wrong moves.
Yeah, the Corps raced there to rescue any survivors. When they arrived, the house was dark, but sounds of an attack emerged. So they rolled up and they started hearing the people, being attacked.
Was the bear still in there?
Yeah, they can hear it in there rummaging around, but they believe that the bear had killed everyone inside. So
It's an Uvalde situation.
kind of. Do you know what their suggestion was for
What?
the bear? They're like, well, we think everyone's dead in there, so we're gonna burn the whole house.
Yeah,
down.
trap the bear inside the house.
Yeah, and they're like, we want to burn the whole house down. But then the wife was like, hey, we don't know if all the kids are dead or not, so if you burn this house down, you might kill a bunch of kids. And they're like, fine, we'll fucking.
But we're gonna get the bear.
You're like,
Something
okay,
else.
just fine, we won't. But just so you know, that means now we have to go in there
Well,
and fight a bear.
I think this lady's like, look, they got all my kids and all their kids. All of our kids are in there.
All the kids are in there?
Pretty much, like one other kid has gotten out. There's like 8 kids in there.
Good Lord,
I
the
still don't
moms got out and the
fully
kids.
understand how the bear got in.
The bear just broke in, dude.
But he busted in through a window.
He came in through a window.
I was about to say they're handling this completely wrong. Just like make holes in the house big enough to fit a barrel through, and just start unloading on the bear.
I guess.
Or just shoot it through other windows.
shoot it through other windows. I think.
Oh,
would
it
be
is
easy.
Japan though, so they have those just like paper walls.
Yeah, I think
It's all just room dividers.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So the guardsmen decided they're not going to burn the house down. They divided into 2 groups. One consisting of 10 men stood guard at the door, while the other group of about 40 went to the back of the house. When given a signal, the group at the rear set up a racket, shouting and rattling their weapons. As expected, the bear showed up at the front door. The men there had bunched up with lines of fire blocked by the guard at their head, whose own rifle misfired. Amid the general confusion and risk of crossfire now that had happened because someone's gun went off, and everyone realized, oh shit, we're pointing at each other with guns, the people in the back
right.
coming around to the front, the bear got away.
They should have blown this bear to Kingdom
There was
Come
50
with, like,
people
dynamite,
surrounding this bear.
maybe some fucking gunpowder. Just blow them to the fucking moon.
Well, they wanted to, but they're like, oh, you'll kill the kids.
Yeah,
Think about how many more kids are going to die now because you didn't kill those 8 kids and that one bear.
So
He's a menace.
It's called math, guys.
yeah, you just kill. You just do it. But this is my favorite part of the story. It might be the tropiest part of all, where they find like a ragged, mystical person to help.
Okay.
the
Wait, can I
problem.
tell you one more thing about why they should have burned the bear alive with all those kids?
Yes.
Don't ask for forgiveness.
Ask for permission.
No. That's what people always say. Don't ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness. Don't ask for forgiveness. Ask for applause after you do something unforgivable.
Take a bow.
Yeah. And you will get it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bear problem solved. You would get a hero, like people be like, well, the bear's gone.
Yeah, be like, I mean, okay, on the one hand, he
Think
lit
about
8
this,
kids
yeah.
on fire, but he's so insistent that he's a hero that he might be.
Yeah. Well, it's like, how many families are here? 20? Only 2 of them lost all their kids? But there's no more bear?
I like them's math
Settlement sounds okay.
because I ain't 2.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was a local man that they decided to go see. His name was Yamamoto Haikichi, and he was an expert bear hunter. And, yeah, they were all like, we got to go get this guy and, like, seek his help.
So now they got to go to the grizzled veteran, Quint from Jaws, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
Or
Black, like a doll's eyes.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Got to bring in the expert.
Clever girl.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Or
this
were
guy.
you referring to Chris Pratt in the Jurassic World series?
Certainly not.
I was thinking of
With
that.
his inexplicable lever action rifle.
That was weird. Why did he have that? Who in?
What?
Are you stopping the Raptors?
Yes.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that blue.
And
Cool.
come on, boys, we're friends.
We're friends, dinosaur.
We're boys. I give you food.
Come on, man. You're a fucking lizard, but you know you're kind of a mammalian. Yeah. No, that makes no sense.
Aren't they chickens?
They are. They're reptiles and birds are similar, but not that similar. Anyway, Yamamoto was certain that this was the bear. Oh, this bear was the dreaded man-eater he had nicknamed Kesagaki, or the diagonal slash from the shoulder, which is a white pattern from the back to the chest that the bear had previously been spotted having.
Okay.
So he was like, "This is the bear I've been looking for years."
How is this real?
His name is Kesagaki.
I've been hunting this bear
And,
for 20 years.
It's just Moby Dick.
Yeah.
It had previously been blamed for the mauling and deaths of 3 women in a neighboring village, but they could never catch it. So this thing is like, he's been hunting this bear for a while, like at least 5 years.
This bear's going through portals.
Yeah, this is a notorious bear
Yeah.
at this point. But unfortunately for all of the people of the township, Yamamoto was a huge drunk.
Well,
And He was of no use as a bear hunter because he had pawned his gun for money to buy alcohol and gamble.
That's why he's been hunting this bear for years.
He hasn't had a gun the whole time. I've been hunting this bear for 20 years. Minus the 18 years I didn't have a gun from gambling.
I really just followed it drunk most of the time.
No, it's like they take all your weapons away when you go into the safari zone, so they give you rocks.
Wait,
What?
you can get rocks? You
Rocks
can
and
throw rocks at
bait.
animals?
Yeah.
In the safari zone?
You talking about Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You get safari balls.
Yeah, but they suck.
They do suck. They suck hard. Yeah. So they were like, we just don't fucking know what to do here. We don't know what the expert we just don't know what to do. So they're trying to figure it out, and they decide that the bear would most probably try to retrieve bodies of those that it had killed from the house, the Miyoki family house.
Oh, it would come back and be like, I got some food there.
Like it would know.
No, it takes trophies.
Yeah. It's like a real.
You actually find it like in Predator, like cleaning the skull in the tree.
Yeah, it's a Euro
trophy,
now. Yeah, for sure. So they wait around the Miyoki house, and the bear doesn't appear for 2 days. So it's like it gets away.
They just leave, but they leave the little kid bodies in there.
They leave bodies in there.
Sweet bait. What else is he going to come back for?
So, yeah, a new plan was proposed. You kind of figured it out. The attempt to lure the bear out after those 2 days, they had actually cleaned the house out. I'm reading this now, but they actually cleaned the house out, and they tossed the body back in because they knew the bear would come back.
Okay.
And then they can smell.
Right.
3 miles. So this plan was widely condemned by most of the village. Yeah. They were like, please don't do that. And
What if the bear
we're
just
gonna do
thought
it.
they were playing and he just didn't know his own strength?
It's fun sport for them.
What do you mean thought people were
Just having
like
a good old
wrestling?
time with the kids, and then
Yeah,
oops.
you know? I was at the park today with my kid, or both my kids and my wife, and there was some kids playing football, and one was like clearly an older brother or something. I mean, he must have been like a sophomore, junior in high school. I'll say like sophomore because he was kind of cheesy. And these other kids were like 6th grade, and he threw some blocks.
Hit
Set up
stick,
some
baby.
picks, man.
He threw some fucking blocks.
That's awesome. The one thing I've always noticed with football is like if you play football with little kids and you're playing with a real football, you have to be really careful how you throw that ball.
You can't play with a full size football.
Not like an NFL football, but even like just a real, not a Nerf football.
Right.
Because you will.
Can't whip it out. Yeah.
You can't even throw it that hard like lofted.
Yeah.
It has to be like a light toss.
Hit your hands. You better come down with it.
Yeah, dude.
They're
you
not
can take
going
their
to.
hell. Yeah. No,
You got to hit him in the chest.
You got to hit them really in the chest. Yeah.
Stop
Otherwise,
using
they
your body.
almost break their fingers on the football. It's crazy.
They're so fragile.
They are little.
Little tiny.
Yeah. So,
Not
Yeah.
good bear hunters.
it turns out the Saito, Miyoki, and Ota families, the ones that had their kids mauled, were not the biggest fans of that. But
Yeah.
everyone in the guard ship was like, "Hey, we're gonna do it.
It's for the greater good.
It's for we gotta kill this bear."
You already asked us not to light the house on fire with your kids in it. At some point, you need to understand that you're not the only people who matter here.
Yeah, the rest of the village pretty much said the exact same thing. They're like, "We're doing this."
Yeah.
Like, what? We don't want another family with a bunch of dead bear mauled kids.
Right.
Like, this can't go on anymore. Within the day the strategy was executed, a 6-member sniper team waited inside the house, like inside the house, ready. Like, we're gonna get this bear finally. But the bear showed up to the house, looked inside a window, and then just dipped. He saw them in there and just left.
So?
They did like.
So?
Apparently, like it showed up and they weren't ready for it. They thought it would go inside, so they had no one outside.
What?
Yeah,
Just run outside and shoot it when it starts walking away.
yeah.
What?
It ran away.
This
Got away
bear
again.
deserves to kill everyone in this town. What?
Yeah.
This isn't Home Alone where the whole point is just to keep the bear out of the house.
So their plan after that was to wait again in the house, and the bear, didn't show back up.
It just sounds like the Japanese had a hard time with guns.
Kinda.
Maybe because they came up with the samurai sword.
So
Yeah, why don't anyone just stab this thing to fucking death?
Cut its
I
head
guess
off.
everyone was waiting around at another house for bear news because at dawn, a search team discovered that the Ota family, the original family that was attacked by the bear, their house was ransacked again.
Okay, so the bear had gone back.
Yeah, the bear had gone back to their house. So he saw the people at the Miyuki house.
Yeah.
all the attention over there, and he's like, you know what? Going back over there. The bear had eaten the people's winter food stockpile, the entire thing.
Okay.
So not only has it injured their children, now it's basically sentenced them to death.
Right.
The bear damaged at least 8 houses, but so far no one could find it. So everyone just goes to the same place expecting the bear. And the bear's like, oh, well, you left everything unguarded. I'm going to go eat.
I'll go where you aren't.
Yeah, the bear is smart.
It's like what they say in baseball, you know? Hit it where they ain't.
Pretty much. That's all the bear does. So the
You're going to
police
hit us with the shift? Okay, lay a bunt down the third baseline.
Wish more people would have done that. Someone could have hit 400, just button down the baseline.
Ryan Howard.
Yeah, literally. Slugging percentage of 0.
It's good, though, right? 400?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Even if it's all bunts?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most useful thing.
Well, we know Rob doesn't respect Tony Gwynn, so
Right.
Kind of not.
The bunt leader?
it's just single leader.
Yeah.
Single leader. Got it.
He just hits little slappers.
I like that.
Little cutie slappers.
I like people that know their place.
Squeak one through the hole.
Yeah.
The police captain at this point, his name was Suga. He motivated the men by cheering from the village outside, which is like, what? Fucking hey, dude. Just go in there and...
You got this, guys.
You can
all
do
this,
it.
and
You
to me,
can
the way
do it.
all this reads is no one wants to actually deal with the bear.
Yeah, no
They're all
shit.
terrified of it.
Especially since no one can shoot.
So apparently, like, he decides to round up 60 more men, and they decide they got to go hunt in the surrounding mountains because the bear had run off again. So the bear, Kegasaki, we're naming it, what that guy called it. He seemed to stretch his territory a lot more downstream this river they were by. So the police captain recognized the increasing risk of the situation because there's another village down there. And he decided to make a line of defense, like before the other village.
Yeah.
When do
made
we
like
get to the point where some of these citizens deem their actions a failure and start to seppuku themselves?
Someone should have taken their life for this, I think.
I think everyone that's a guard they at least have to like send one as tribute.
Yeah.
Like, guys.
It's like in ancient Rome, you decimate a unit that doesn't perform well. You kill 1 out of every 10. So we need 5 dudes out of that 50.
Oh, you're going to love this. So he decides he's going to make an ice bridge over the river and wait for the bear.
Or like
downstream.
suicide seppuku yourself as the bear's behind you.
So you catch the bear?
So it catches the bear through.
Yeah, but that's an honorable death.
I think so.
Yeah. None of them have this. Sorry. So he decides to make an ice bridge as a line of defense and then arranges snipers and guards all along the ice bridge. That night, a sniper at the bridge thought he saw something in the shadows of the tree stumps on the opposite shore. Receiving this information, the captain thought it might be a man's shadow. When he spoke to it, he called out to it. However, he received no reply and ordered the snipers to open fire. At that moment, the bear popped up, ran away unhurt.
Of course.
Yeah. They were disappointed having failed to kill the bear, but the captain thought he had heard some response from it, meaning, hey, I think we might have hit it.
Okay.
But they're not sure.
I would have just been like, and then no one says anything. You're making sure it's not a person. You're like, okay. You just throw some raw meat out.
Yeah.
And then run back and be like, all right.
Are we sure it's the same bear every time?
It is the same bear. It has a distinct marking. It's got this like weird white fur mark that goes from its like back to its shoulder. He's got a name. It's Kesagaki.
Okay. I'm just asking questions.
He's the terror bear.
The terror bear.
Yeah.
But what if there's more than one?
He's probably got a family. But anyway, the next morning, a team investigated the opposite shore and found a bear's footprint and blood there. Given that Kesagaki had again been wounded, they actually were able to confirm that a wound happened. That imminent snowstorms were threatening to cover any tracks. It was decided that this was the most critical opportunity to kill the bear. So a team of 2 out of 60 decided it'd be quicker for them to do it.
Well, I mean, you're going to move quicker.
You are going to move quicker. Yeah, I think, at this point, too, they know that they lost the bear the first time because of snow. So they're like, we can't lose it. This is how this went last time. So they ended up getting deep into the woods. They spotted the bear resting near a Japanese oak, and they got as close as they fucking could to this bear. They got within like 15 meters of it.
Okay.
Which is
15 yards.
You're done.
Yeah.
It's closing distance for a bear over a gun.
Yeah.
And they were able to hit it immediately in the heart. Immediate heart shot. And then they fired off a second round instantaneously, 2 different rifles. The other guy hit it in the head, killing the animal.
Bang.
Head and heart.
Boom.
Done. They had to get 15 meters to this bear.
Got to be sure.
Yeah. No, I mean,
You can't be a show off and try to just hit it from 200 meters, 300 meters.
No. They at this point, the amount of damage this thing had done, and the amount of times they hadn't caught it, they're like, it's basically a suicide mission if you don't hit.
And then
Yeah.
as they approach the bear's corpse, Undertaker GIF, it rises from the dead.
It's funny you say that. No, I'm kidding. The bear was dead. But
One last hoorah.
when measured, it turned out the bear wasn't even as big as they thought. This was one of the smaller ones. It was just really fucking smart.
More than one bear.
It was 8.9 feet tall, so almost 9 feet tall, and 750 pounds.
Okay, so 2 feet taller than Shaq.
Yeah.
And
right, yeah. Still 750 pounds, almost 1,000 pounds. Like
Right.
750 pounds.
how much does that guy in the Eagles weigh from Georgia, the fucking giant, Jalen Carter?
Oh,
No. Jalen Carter's not that big. Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis, yeah.
Was it like 350?
He's over 3 bills easily. Yeah.
Okay, so twice his weight
and
2 feet taller than
Shaq.
Shaq.
Yeah.
One of the smaller ones.
That's one of the smaller ones, yeah. He was also, they found out, though, that his head was, like, absurdly large.
So he had a big brain.
He had a huge brain. He was, like, the largest, like, compared to the size of his body.
Yeah.
Huge head. They'd never seen anything like it.
I'm telling you, it's Satan.
I think he jammed himself into the head.
Yeah. What the villagers did, they dismantled, boiled, and ate it.
Well, why
that day.
not?
Yeah, they were like, as revenge for victims who had been devoured.
I wanted to go back to when we were talking about the best case scenario for hunting a bear. You get to eat a bear, which I don't find to be a delightful meat.
Have you had it?
It's not great.
never
I
had
haven't
bear.
had it.
Was it greasy? I imagine it being really greasy.
I remember it just being tough.
Yeah, I
God,
can see
think
that.
it is. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not even something that I'm like that I'm interested in eating. Like I just don't think it's like eating like a fat dog or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just
I would rather have a pet bear than eat bear.
yeah. That's not.
Oh,
something.
yeah. Eating bear sounds disgusting. Honestly, to me, it sounds like eating like a giant possum. You know? Like, a bear to me doesn't seem like... It's not like cattle. It's not like a cloven-hoofed animal. It's got paws. That's weird.
They're kind of trash animals.
Yeah, like, I think anything with paws probably shouldn't be eaten.
They're pretty muscular. I would think they would be tastier because they do have a lot of fat on them.
Like, do we even really eat anything with paws in this country, like, traditionally? I'm trying to think. I don't think we do. I think it's all pigs, cows, goats. These are all
Anything with a
And
hoof.
then birds, yeah.
chicken and birds, yeah.
Horses too.
Horses have hoofs, yeah.
I know.
Like, we don't eat shit with paws.
I don't.
Yeah. But yeah, once this bear was killed, people started to believe that the bear was a demon that was sent to them to tell them to leave.
Well, I called it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's not inaccurate.
Yeah.
It's also the easiest explanation.
Yeah.
It transformed into a ghost town about a year later. And
Oh, they took it seriously. They're like, that was a demon.
we're getting
We
out.
gotta go.
Yeah, they all left. Everyone left.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, why would we live here? Which begs the question,
Why didn't
why
they
did you
leave?
wait? Why didn't you just leave
Right.
then? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, like everything. The coast is clear. You don't have to leave now.
Yeah, it's like
You should have left a year before.
Killed the demon. You
Right,
killed the
you
demon.
killed a demon. Why didn't you leave before you had to? But whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I guess a guy who was 6 years old at the time grew up to become a prolific bear hunter. He ended up killing. He wanted to kill 10 bears for every victim of the attack. By the time he reached the age of 62, he had killed 102 bears.
Sure, that makes sense. Why not?
That's just cool. But then
The bears will understand that message.
one of the bears he killed was an 1,100-pound male brown bear who was nicknamed the North Sea Terror. And that's stuffed on display today. But yeah, I just want to tell you about this bear that didn't die for a while.
Until it did.
Until it did. And then
Yeah.
how bad people were at killing it because it was a whole nightmare.
That
happened about 100 years ago.
There's just nothing
This
you can
week.
do
Yeah.
when a bear pops in.
This says bear meat tastes like beef, but with a sweeter taste. I disagree.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that, but I had heard there was like a sweetness to it, which didn't make it sound better.
It's
No.
like rich.
Too rich.
Like at least the bear I had, it was
Yeah.
it was super tough.
Like fatty.
I don't know what
rich?
I don't know what the fuck I ate.
It sounds gross. I
but
don't
it
want
wasn't good. I
It's
didn't care for
It
it.
sounds very gross. Yeah. What did you guys learn today?
Japanese aren't great with guns.
Clearly.
Dude, oh my God.
I don't think they were good with plans in the settlements. I also I'm curious, like, what kind of people were settling in Japan in like their
That's
early
what
1900s?
I want to know.
Why did
kinda
we
need-
have such a hard time with Japan in World War II?
well, we were fighting 2 wars.
I get that.
Yeah, it's split fronts.
That was a
But
big problem.
It was very naval, wasn't it?
It was extremely
Yeah, but if
naval-oriented.
this is their ancestors, this is the kind of people they're coming from. One bear's taking them out.
Yeah, it's true. Well, they got to cut their teeth in China for a while.
I mean,
got to really figure things out.
That's true. They had a lot of practice.
They had a 10-year sort of like training sesh before we even got into the war.
Training sesh is the most G way of saying what they were doing.
Yeah, I know.
This is truly the most
I don't know.
horrific metal
Yeah.
shit you've ever heard in your life. Yeah, it's a good point though. Like, I know our pioneers did some dumb shit, like in the 1800s and stuff when they were doing all the like fur trapping and shit. You know they were getting into weird shit. But like, you also hear about guys like tying their fucking like hair together and like making rafts and shit, like the Revenant guy. Mm-hmm. You know.
Also, when you're out there on the trail, you got to worry about bear traps, stepping on just stuff the French plant, plus the natives.
Yeah, it's pretty like homogenized here. You're only worrying about one bear. Not that tough.
You're not
Maybe
worried about
some
other
bandits.
Japanese.
Bandits, you know, you hear about bandits, but like
Bandits been everywhere.
bandits
Forever.
They a thing, I guess. Not really. I don't know. I feel like bandits don't go deep into the thick of it.
Yeah, it seems like you have all these weapons, 50 guys with rifles plus one bear.
It should have been done so many times. Like the house.
Maybe
really is where
one
they should
kid
have
dies, but not all of the kids.
They should have bare minimum They should have just burned the house down at that point.
Yeah,
But it is a demon, so it probably would have survived that.
the fire. Yeah,
Well, I get like, oh, we got to save a kid. And it's like, actually, you're wrong. There were no kids left in there. And the ones we did get out, we're going to toss one back now.
Yeah.
Because we didn't burn the house in the first place.
it does. What I did learn today really is that there's frightening wildlife in Japan. I just really always have viewed Japan like England or like even New England. You know what I mean? Just the Northeast where it's like,
Oh, the easiest
there's
animal,
nothing. You know, like there's nothing scary there.
except for bears.
There are bears there, but there's not like grizzlies and shit.
They still have.
They have bears.
Do they only have black bears?
I honestly have no idea what kind of wildlife they have in Japan again. Are Komodo dragons there?
No,
No. Those are. Where are Komodo?
that's like Indonesia and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
They don't just migrate up.
They swim over.
I don't
That'd be
know.
a nightmare.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Those are the most terrifying animals.
They can
Oh
kill
my
you. Well, their
God.
bite can kill you.
Well, they're
They're
poisonous.
poisonous.
Yeah.
But they can also just kill you without the poison, too.
Dragons were real at one point.
They had to have been, right?
Had to be.
Well, according to our boy Graham Hancock, there was some sort of like glass-boned winged serpent in every culture.
Plus, the Komodo dragon can just open its jowl. So
Yeah, it's
fucking
just
wide.
It's just Indonesia. Indonesia, by the way, is
That's
like
also a low-key terrifying place.
yes. I will never go there. Indonesia is where people get eaten by fucking pythons there.
Mm-hmm.
There's Komodo dragons. Indonesia. Have you ever read
Is
about?
Bali Indonesia?
I don't actually. Shit, I don't know. I think it is. Is Bali Thailand?
It's Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay.
Yeah. Bali seems like a place you want to visit at some point in your life, but I'm not going outside of that.
Yeah, the thing. Indonesia's huge.
Indonesia's gigantic.
I think it's like the 5th or 6th biggest country.
I think it's
biggest
actually- I
country
think it's
population-wise in the world.
Fourth, actually. No.
Oh, it's
Almost.
above Brazil.
I
And
think it's
we've
above
done
Brazil,
0
yeah.
stories on it in our podcast.
Well,
It's been mentioned.
we
We talked
have-
about how they sent black slaves to China.
we have talked about how Islam made it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been mentioned. But yeah, haven't done anything on it.
We haven't really done a deep dive.
Indonesia might have the biggest gripe on earth of being overlooked.
Oh my God, the entire like Pacific island, like Oceania.
Do they have an army, though?
Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
a standing army? It can't be big.
It's probably
I never hear anything about their military capacity.
It's not.
Do they have a good navy? I don't know what they have.
They don't have a. I mean,
I don't
no,
think they
no,
have a great-
no. They just have a lot of people.
I don't think they have a
If you
great
need someone,
military.
if you need someone
They
to
have
help you
bodies.
throw bodies.
Yeah.
So India is number 1, China is number 2, the U.S. is number 3, and then honestly, like, Indonesia will probably could maybe catch us in the next century because we don't fuck anymore. But they're 70 million, 60, call it 60 actually, 60 million people behind the U.S.
Are they a friend? Are they an ally?
Indonesia?
Not really.
I don't know.
We got them under control.
if
I think we do.
we end up going to
cooperative-
war with China,
I think we actually have good relations enough.
are they
Yeah,
on our
yeah.
side or China's side?
think
Well, they're a majority Muslim country, so you would think at some point they would understand that China doesn't like Muslims.
China's like anyone.
Yeah,
They're atheists.
But yeah, that's what I learned today. And today's Hitler is the bear.
Yes, clearly. Actually, no.
The guy that decided not to burn the house.
That was a grieving mother that wanted. Oh, you're saying the person that listened to the grieving mother?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you might have to go with Captain shouting from outside the village. You got it.
You good? I'm going the bear.
Yeah.
Go the bear.
Oh, did
Or
it
the-
work? Ice
the-
snipers.
The bear hunter that had been chasing this specific guy down for years.
I love.
Except I don't think he was.
That is my favorite. No, I think he's
get the
following
job
him.
done, my
He was
guy.
hunting him, but he was following him more than anything. Like he was stalking him.
Yeah, he was a fan, really.
Yeah, he
He's
was
like,
following him the way I
They
followed
go to the
Braves.
bear hunter, and he's like, "That's the work of Kigasaki. I've been following that bear for 15 years, and I swear to oh, you gonna help us? Nah, man, I sold my gun for booze.
Yeah,
I will
Gambling.
pick up the bones, though.
Like I would love his head.
Kagasaki.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Love y'all. For dinner of Jester and Rob Fox, I'm Jake Goldman.
You just got soft serve.